Okay, are we live? Yes, we are. Okay, hi everyone. So I think this is my third time trying to launch this live video. I'm not sure what was going on earlier, but I think like connection is stable right now, so it should get the word out, and we'll just wait. So yeah, it's 9 a.m. Where I am right now, 9:07 if I'm being specific, and we are doing a live Q&A at the moment. Let me see if I can type out anything. Okay. Questions. Hi. Yes. Okay. I think we are live already. Hey guys. So yeah, welcome to my live Q&A, and we're just going to be talking about manifestation in general. If you guys have any questions, we're going to be addressing that in the Q&A as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just take it away. You can just privately send me your questions if you don't want it to be public, because whatever you type in the chat will be seen by everyone, so just be wary of that. And yeah, so just be if you guys have any questions, you guys can just type it out. Hi man, how are you? Oh my god, I'm sorry if the camera is shaking because I'm trying to wave to everyone, so I'm like, as I'm pressing everything, it's like it's waving. So okay, I just wanted to quickly go over my Manifest Your SP course. It's now being launched. It's already up and running. So the way the course is, a lot of people have been asking me, so how does this course work? Does it come with any coaching personally? So basically the way the course works is you guys get a series of PDFs. There are 8 modules, and with every module there is either a quiz or a worksheet that you have to do. And in some of those modules there's videos as well, where you guys will see me talking like this, and I'll be explaining a few things as well. So it really varies from module to module, but the intent of it is to bring you through step by step as to how to manifest an SPE, and also address how do you keep them as well. And I really go into detail, and like I always say, the course will be updated over a period of time, and you guys will, if you buy it now, you will have the updates for free as well. So that's, I think, one of the neat things about having a course that way. So yeah, the link will be in the description. I think it's the first thing that I've placed right now on my Linktree page, so be sure to check it out and ask me if you guys have any questions. And yeah, thank you. Good morning. Right now I'm good. Okay, that's good. Hi guys. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. You guys can ask me questions privately as well if you don't want it to be seen publicly. So just let me know if you guys have anything, and we will take it from there. And this video will be uploaded to YouTube as well. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking me where will these videos be uploaded. I do have a playlist on my channel where it literally says Insta Q&A. So I'll also write down the date as well, and that way you guys can see it. So far I've only done maybe 2 separate ones. I have done it with another person in the past before as well, but I don't have it in my YouTube, but the rest are definitely in place. Hi ma'am. Okay, I think we have a sizable audience right now. I don't have any questions, I believe. Let me see if I'm missing anything right now at the moment. Yeah, okay, so before we get into any questions or whatsoever, I just wanted to thank you guys for all your support, with yesterday's post that I posted regarding a person's comment. You guys were so supportive, you guys were so sweet. A lot of you were telling me how I was doing really good, and just being very supportive, and how you guys actually resonate with my point with regards to calling the SP and stuff like that. There was a comment that was removed, and the person, I think she blocked me or something. So yeah, thank you for all your support there. Okay, I think we do have a question. I get excited and can't feel asleep in my SATs SAT scene, basically. Okay, Sure. So, okay. So for those of you who don't know what SATs basically mean, it's state akin to sleep, and it's a technique that Neville mentions. As you're going to sleep, you basically imagine whatever you desire, and you're going to sleep in that state. So if you can't sleep in that scene, I mean, definitely there's one point you will go to sleep, right? So just be aware as you're getting drowsy and everything. Try to maintain that scene till then, or try to imagine it while you're going into that state, and then, like, naturally you'll just fall asleep, right? Even if it's only for a couple of seconds, like 10 seconds, right? I would say do that. And I think, like, don't put too much pressure on yourself to have that scene, like, imagine that scene and trying to fall asleep at the same time. Rather, imagine that scene as you're going, like falling asleep basically, and I feel like that would be more helpful for you. So yeah, let me know if that you know um, makes sense. Okay, fall. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Hi. Okay, I'm just making sure if I have any questions or whatsoever. Like, I don't want to miss anything out. Or rather, I'm going to just watch something to get tired and then do it again. Yeah, I mean, because if you are trying to fall asleep as you're doing that, I feel like it's a little more challenging. But if you are imagining it while you're going to, fall asleep, like while you're in that drowsy state, I think it's better to just imagine it then. The only thing is, just be aware and just remind yourself to actually imagine that during that state, because I feel like that may be the more challenging thing for you. So just keep that in the back end of your mind, and it should go well. So yeah, man, I need a ritual. Okay, like with regards to manifesting, is it? I assume it is. Um, I think, like, ritual wise, like, just I think having a consistent routine, or like doing what the SATs. I think that's fine, Mirko. Hey, just wondering how to accept an undesirable circumstance but not let it become the default. How to accept an undesirable? Okay, the undesirable keeps showing up. So I think what you're trying to ask is, how do you? Yeah. So how do you accept it, but not like have that repeat in your 3D? I think once you accept it, you then hi Frankie. Yeah, so once you accept it, you then have to go, like, and start thinking about your favorable desires from that, right? Like, focus, like, divert your focus onto favorable things basically, and that is going to help you a lot. Rather than just, once you accept it, like, you can't just leave it there, right? You have to go and think about favorable things, and that's going to help you. So it's constantly redirecting your focus towards the desirable things and trying to dwell in those things as much as you can. That's the key, I would say. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Oh, I mean, a spiritual to oh, good demon to kill my fears, Lord. Okay. I mean, if you find that, Mirko, let me know as well. One of the best coaches on here. Much love and respect to you, and thanks for your time and effort on teaching us. Oh, thank you so much, Gina. That means a lot. Thank you for your kind words. I hope that answers your question, Sabah. Let me see. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, okay. Can you talk in depth about inner conversations? Hi, Nikhil. Which part of inner conversations would you like to know more specifically? Just let me know. I'm sorry, like, I'm trying to like things without shaking the camera. Oh my god. Yeah, so just let me know about which part of inner conversations would you like to talk to me about, because, like, some of these things are, like, you can talk about it in several different ways, but I just want to make sure that you're getting exactly the info you need. Oh, Mirko, why? Manifest good things, dude. Yeah, so just let me know, like, which part of inner conversations would you prefer to talk about it, or is it in general? So yeah. just how to do them. Like when I do inner conversations, I only hear my own voice. Um, okay, like how do you do them? So normally, what I would do is, I would like it comes to me with sometimes visualizations as well, although not intentional. So when I do inner conversations, I would just close my eyes, and just talk to someone, and I would just hear them, hear their voice roughly. It doesn't have to be exact, right? As long as I know in my mind that that is the person that I'm addressing, like my friend or whatsoever. I just carry on a conversation and I hear them say like, oh, wonderful, or oh, great, and I just go about it. It's basically carrying out a mental conversation, and if you can only hear your voice, I think what you can do is separate yourself and your higher self, and see your higher self as a separate entity in your mind, and you basically talk to this person. So technically you can personify your higher self having the same voice as you, and you can just have a conversation that way. If you can do that, maybe that could help you go along, just to get the reassurance you need and everything. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. But normally, like when I have conversations, I don't really have conversations with my own self all the time. Sometimes I do, but also like all the time it's like when I have inner conversations, it's with someone else. Even if I'm discussing about something that's related to me, I normally involve someone, because I'm describing whatever that I'm experiencing, my desires to them, and that really helps me a lot. But again, like you can always do it in a voice, like your own voice, but again from the perspective of your higher self, and you can just talk to that entity instead. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Maybe that could help you. Hello from Kuwait. Hi, thank you for joining. What time is it there? I'm not sure. I assume it's pretty early in the morning there as well. Because in that way you will erase your old man. Okay, so you naturally erase the old man when you embody the new, right? So it's more about consistently embodying the new man instead of like thinking about the death of the old man. Like that's the thing I think like a lot of people tend to focus on is the unfavorable things, to the point where they're trying to get rid of it and everything, right? But the focus should always be on embodying the new man rather than getting rid of the old man. Like I always say, right, like if you're going to describe the word positive, you just use the word positive. You don't use the word anti-negative to describe the word positive. And because when I say anti-negative, even though I'm describing the word positive, the emphasis is still on the word negative there, right? So always focus on things that you actually want, and that way you're going to attract that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Thank you, you're welcome. Okay, how to get out of the cycle of recreating a bad exam result. Have changed my self-concept, work on letting go of ego, not a victim anymore. I accept I created the bad outcome, but it keeps happening. Okay, so firstly for exam, right? Here's the thing. As counterintuitive this may sound, like I think like I'm not sure what your studying method is. I'm not sure like what do you do with regards to that. But like I think consistently like putting in the effort, to understand the topics and everything like that, that would really be helpful. And I mean that's very obvious, right? But here's the thing, like you do that from the perspective of like a high achiever basically, right? You embody that person's mindset and you look at a topic, right? And you absorb that information from that person's perspective, the ideal self of you who's always been a good student. How would this person absorb information basically? And you look at it from that perspective, and you always go in with that mindset that okay, I'm always achieving high marks and everything like that, and try going in with that perspective and also putting in the work. And that way you don't feel like you are like just going in blind basically, right? So do what you have to do, but also with the right set of intentions. That I feel like is powerful. Like even I think like a lot of like coaches say this as well, is you put in the work still, but at the same time you go in with the right mindset, right? Because for some people, they tend to really put in the work, but they go in with the wrong mindset, which just causes a lot of failures for them. But the like you also have to put in the work still, right? Like with regards to like studying and everything, like sure, you can change your results and everything, but if you are having like consistent failures, like do what has to be done in the 3D, because that's going to also give you the confidence of, okay, I am a good student, I am doing the work, right? So like that is going to help you with that perspective as well. So yeah, I hope that helps. How can I instantly manifest a good grade on my exam tomorrow? Just assume that everything's always favorable for you, that only questions that you know the answers to pop up, and know that everything is going to be favorable for you. The outcome is always going to be favorable for you. And I do have a YouTube video on that, like achieving grades and everything, so yeah, be sure to check that out. But I think like going in with the mindset of, okay, everything is going to work out for me, and going from that, that will really help you. How to manifest a call from a specific person? Okay, sure. Honestly, just you can. One thing I tell my clients to do, and I'll make a video on this, is something called the telephone technique, where you can actually hold your phone literally and just talk to your person, like close your eyes and have an inner conversation with the person. That really works. One of my followers did it and got a call, I think the next day, I believe. So you can try that. You can visualize like the person calling, and like that's something that you can do. What else you can do? You can just write like, or affirm that, okay, this person is constantly calling me, and so on, and just like keep telling that to yourself, keep repeating that story to yourself. Or again, you can have inner conversation with a friend or family and tell them that, okay, this person called you and how did it feel, and so on and so forth. So the possibilities are endless, but that's how pretty much you go about it, and just be consistent until it happens. So yeah, and also the only one thing I would say is, don't be checking the 3D, don't be always looking at your phone, if they're calling yet and stuff like that. Don't have that kind of like longing. Just let it be. Of course they're gonna call, right? Like just have that kind of attitude, and that's going to help you a lot here. So yeah, hope that helps, guys. Oh wow, there's a lot of people right now. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Is it bad to talk to other people when in no I mean, I assume you're talking about this from the perspective of like dating someone. My personal stance on this is it's better not to, because it just keeps things very simple, and I just made a video on it recently as well. It's titled dating others while manifesting an SP, basically. Just go to the captions, you'll find it, and I kind of outlined the reasons there, but the simply put, like, you're just overcomplicating it for yourself. Like if you were to catch feelings for this new person while you're manifesting another person, it just confuses you basically, and that's something that I always try to avoid, and it saves you a lot of like mental energy, I would say. So I would say it's better not to, rather go inward, talk to your SP, focus on your imaginal scenes. That's not to say don't live your life, like go out there, enjoy with your friends, and do whatever you have to. But if you are talking about this from the dating perspective, I would say it's better not to, simply because it just keeps things simple. It keeps things plain and simple. So yeah, let me know what you think. What if when you are having in a conversation, or when you're about to script, suddenly 3P comes up and this fear comes up? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, when those things come up, firstly, don't see 3P as a romantic rival, right? Just be like, okay, she's just another person. She's just someone who just exists in his life, or she's my SP's sister, for example, something like that, right? Change the narrative there. Don't look at this person as a romantic rival, and just treat that person like just another person, right? And tell yourself only favorable thoughts manifest for you, and you just do your thing. Like you still script, or just let them pass by your thoughts. Don't get stuck in that, right? Just let them pass by, right? And you keep doing your routines basically. Don't let that keep you in a stagnant place basically as you're doing your routine. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, Let me. Oh my god, can't like all of these things. Okay. Any advice on persisting? I'm trying to persist, but don't feel like it's working. Here's the thing: there's always movement behind the scenes, whether or not you can see it, right? Don't check your 3D for evidence. Don't use your 3D as a gauge for your progress. You just keep going. The only way you can gauge your progress probably is by looking at the quality of your thoughts. If the first set of thoughts that comes to your mind is it favorable, right? So if you think about it from that perspective, then you know, like, if you are living in the end truly, and just gauge your progress that way. Don't look at the 3D. Go within and do whatever you have to do, and your desire will come to you. So yeah, simple as that. Thanks for the video suggestion. This just came out of nowhere and wasn't sure if it was birds before land. Okay, here's the thing with birds before land. I'm glad you mentioned that topic. It doesn't really matter if you have birds before land or something, because at the end of the day, to put it very bluntly, it's not our end desire, right? We are not manifesting birds before land here. We are manifesting our desires here. So manifesting birds before land isn't our end goal. So I wouldn't really care too much about it, but rather what I really want to focus on, and what I really want to dwell in, is the end state of mind and the end desire, because that's what my goal is, and that's what I want to manifest into my life. So I'll always keep my focus there. This is something that I try to embody, like, now more so than ever, because if you get caught up in things like birds before land or is this a sign and stuff like that, you'll always be stuck in that loop where you're manifesting more signs and more birds before land kind of phenomenons, and but you're not going anywhere with regards to your desire. So that's one main trap that kind of people fall into these days. So just be on the lookout for that. So yeah. Hi guys, thanks for joining. How to manifest wealth/financial freedom plus SP when visualization is foggy? Script it. You can script it. You can have inner conversations with your friend where you're describing your wealth. Visualizing is not the only way, right? So you can do some of those things as well. I think scripting route would be better, or you can also affirm, right? Affirmations always works wonders. So you can take that route, and I would say, like, experiment and see what works, what doesn't, because different things works for different areas of your lives. So experiment, do a few things for like maybe 21 days, journal the results at the end of 21 days and see what works, what didn't, and like, stick to what works basically from there. So yeah, hope that helps. Do you have any advice for mentally slipping from having your desire to waiting for your desire? Just be aware of it. Just be aware of your thoughts, and when you do find yourself slipping, you always tell yourself, like, okay, SP is within me. You can always talk to your SP within. Like, you always just remind yourself of that, right? And you always have a conversation with your SP, who assures you that they are there for you, and this is already true, and that your desires have been realized, and that could help you. So yeah, I think just being aware of it, like, having that mental awareness that, okay, I am slipping into my thoughts. That's the main way, I guess, to really kind of like get you away from like slipping into waiting for your desire. Sometimes it can be very subtle, so ask yourself, like, what kind of a frame are you putting yourself in, right? Is your mindset coming from a place of, okay, I already have my desire, or is it coming from a place of, I don't have my desire? I think having these kinds of simple questions could help you as well. Welcome. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't like stuff, I can't wave to people. How to get rid of nervousness in this journey? Faith is the only way to remove nervousness, right? Also, like, I always say, like, doing mini experiments from time to time, to kind of see, like, okay, hey, this works, right? That would really help you. And ultimately for me, it's like, okay, if I can see it in my mind, I know it's done. Or even the fact that I can ponder about its possibility tells me that, okay, it already exists somewhere, and if I desire it, like, my higher self wants to experience that desire through me, which is why I'm having that desire. So I know that if my higher self can plant that desire, it also has the ways and means to get it to me. So that's how I kind of developed that faith, is through these kinds of like rational reasoning basically. So yeah, how to get out of the waiting mentality or looking forward to it? Live in it, imagine it, live in it, and visualize it, dwell in that state more, like as though you already have it, right? So use your imagination there, and that would help you. And okay, if you already know that it's yours and it's on its way, what can you do right now to feel more prepared to have it, right? That's one way you can think about it, right? So like, for example, if you order a package from Amazon, it's not the same day like you actually get it, right? It maybe takes like a couple of days, so you're not going to be sitting there and waiting, right? Rather, you're just going to go about your life and do your things. So just do that, go about your life, do the things, and know that this is already yours and that this has to come to you. So that perspective could help you as well. Thanks for joining, all of you. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, any specific words I need in order to make my affirmations work instantly? And it's one affirmation enough, or do I need more affirmations? Words wise, I feel like maybe I am now experiencing something that could help you. But as for instantly, that varies from person to person, right? You just have to believe it. I think affirmation is just a tool. It's more about the believing that your desires are realized with a high level of conviction. That matters more here. And with regards to one affirmation, is one affirmation enough? Yes, honestly, yes, you can. Like for me, that affirmation is like, may everything be favorable for me, or everything's always worked in my favor. That always works wonders for me. I call it like my Swiss Army knife, because it works for different things. But maybe that's a different one for you, right? Your line of affirmation can be different. So sit down and think about what works for you, and like craft something out that you feel comfortable relying on, so maybe that could help you. So yeah, hope that helps. Is it normal that I enjoy my company, like, okay, I can't pronounce that name. Oh, prefer, okay, like prefer to be alone most of the time. Okay, so let me just like this stuff. Yeah. Okay, so when I say I'm actually like that too, if I'm being very honest, I like to enjoy a lot of me time, because I like to go within and reflect and think about things and everything like that. And when people are around me, I can't do that, right? And of course, being on social media all the time also has its own thing as well. So I really do need my own time to like recharge and everything. So I don't think that it's not normal. If you ask me, I don't think it's abnormal in any way. I think it's completely fine. It's just the way some people are built. So I would say it's not like something bad. It's just I would say like it's more of like a intuitive person thing, or someone who's a little more introverted. But I don't think it's abnormal or whatsoever. So it's completely normal. Just embrace yourself. And as long as you are spending your alone time in a healthy way, I think it's fine. Because I feel like it's very powerful as well to be comfortable in your own shoes, and to spend time with yourself and not feel that you need company. I feel like it's a very powerful thing, because not everyone can actually rely on themselves just to enjoy life. So I think that's a very powerful thing, honestly. So yeah, you are rare, so in that way. Okay. How to stay focused on the desire when you are surrounded by others that constantly challenge and question the topic of your manifestation? Family challenges and questions my financial situation, and they don't know about manifestation. Well, I simply will not discuss it with them, if I'm being honest. If I were you, Magenta Vaughn, right? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If I were you, so what I would do is, I would just, keep my eyes on the prize. I would not even discuss it with others, because that's when they challenge you, right? It's when they know. But what people don't know, they can't ruin, right? So I just kind of take that approach. I don't waste my time trying to convince others that, hey, this works. Like I would say, let my results show them. and I'll just keep going, right? So I wouldn't like try to discuss it with them and whatsoever. I would simply just focus like on the end state of things and let my desires come to me, because at the end of the day, that's what I want. My goal is not to convince the people around me. My goal is to manifest my desires. So that's the kind of approach I take, and not be swayed by others, right? If you know this works, right? It's your reality, right? And you set the rules here. So yeah, just keep the eyes on the prize and just keep going. So yeah, and as for constantly challenging you, focus inward, focus on your imagination, and eventually, if you're not placing your attention on those things, they will fade away eventually. So yeah. How can I manifest my SP out of addiction? You simply imagine your SP to be sober, basically, and that could help you. So yeah, the opposite of addiction is being sober. So yeah. Hold on. How do I break off stuck limiting beliefs? A constant repetition of the new things over and over again, maybe that could help you. So yeah. They don't know that I'm manifesting a large sum of money. I've not told them that this is what I'm doing. I'm temporarily staying with family, sorry, and they are trying to convince me to get a job. I think if that's the case, then intend that like they understand, like have an inner conversation with them where you're telling them, okay, this is what you're doing, and hear them accept it, and like remove it that way, and that could help you. So yeah. Okay guys, if you guys have any questions or something, just send it to me. But I think like some of you have been like requesting to be in the video, like just post the questions, because like if it comes like if someone else is in the video, like I may not be able to answer questions. So yeah, thank you. Will having a routine with 3 to 4 techniques give any kind of resistance to my desires? Like it's 3 to 4. I would say keep it to 2 to 3. Like I think as long, because here's the thing, techniques is not what manifests, right? Techniques aren't the most important thing. It's more about what you achieve as a result of your techniques, which is getting into the end state of mind. So if you can reach that, right, that's the main thing. Techniques are just tools, so don't put the emphasis on the tools, put the emphasis on what the tool actually yields you, which is the end state of mind. So that's the most important thing. So it's not about if it's too much or whatsoever, it's staying focused on what truly matters at the end of the day and going according to that. So yeah. How to manifest selection in competitive exam? Just see the results, visualize it, accept that you have already gotten it. Remove the word competitive out of the exam. It's just another exam. See it as that, and that will really help you a lot, because the moment you start adding like descriptions like competitive, that's when you're making it harder for yourself. So yeah. What are your thoughts on shifting words? Sorry. How should I manifest my SP while she's not talking to me because of an event in the past? Have an inner conversation with her, stick to a new story, revise it in your mind, and have affirmations. Persist in the assumption that she's already yours, and just have inner conversations with. And when you're having inner conversations, you're having it with the ideal version of her, not the 3D version of her. So just have whatever kind of conversations you want to have with her, make it a back and forth, and I'm here loving things from this person, and that's it. Just maintain this, don't focus on 3D, and she'll be in your life. So yeah, that's about it. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I hope that answers your. Okay, am I back? Like I lagged there just for a quick second. I think that's like the questions I had so far. Let me just take a quick water break. Thank you guys so much. For not sure what's going on. My phone just keeps locking. Okay, I seriously don't know what's going on really. My phone just randomly started to lock itself. Hope you guys are there. Can you guys hear me? Like, can you guys see me? This is this is weird. Like, it logged a couple of times, so I'm not sure if the live is still going on. So, okay, I do have a question, so it's probably working. Do you believe that the ladder technique is the quickest way to manifest? I don't think that the ladder technique is. I don't know if that's the quickest way, because quite honestly, I've not tried it before. The thing is, I am naturally good at visualizing. I believe the ladder technique is just for you to like visualize better, rather than like thinking, okay, if this is the quicker way or something, just assume it with a high level of conviction that your desires are realized, and just trust the process, and that will manifest things for you, the quickest way. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Okay, you guys can see me. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Because like I don't know what was happening. Because here's the thing, like there's no like I wouldn't say definitively that okay, this technique is the quickest way, because different techniques works for different individuals, right? Like some people always say like okay, I can't visualize, right? And if you say like visualizing is the fastest way, then what about the folks who can't visualize, right? So there's that. So I feel like it varies from person to person. So yeah. Okay, there's a question. Signs important when manifesting a desire. How to know my affirmations, living in the end / persisting is working. If your thoughts are favorable, that's the only confirmation you need. I don't think you need any signs. The only sign you will ever need is, just if you can see it in your mind, if you can believe that this is already realized, I would say that's the most important sign to look out for, rather than anything from the 3D, because there's always movement regardless of whether you can see it or not. If you can see it, great, it's just icing on the cake. But if you can't, right, it's okay, like just go inward, just persist in the assumption, see it in your mind, and that's all the confirmation you need. So yeah, so I don't think it's important, because when people tend to focus more on signs, like I said earlier, like they just get hung up on it, and it's just not ideal, honestly. So yeah, when I listen subliminal, I get a bad dream, because your ego mind is probably like bombarding you with like the old thoughts, because you're just introducing something new into your mind. So if you're listening to a subliminal, maybe that's why. And yeah, probably that's about it, if I'm being honest, because especially if it's your first few times listening to it, that's probably why it could be happening. And also, when you're listening to subliminals, just be careful as to which kind of channel do you listen it from, and whatsoever, and make sure to look at the line of affirmations that subliminal has, if it's addressing all of your limiting beliefs and so on. So yeah. Okay, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, I don't think I'm having any. Hey, hi, yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, so one thing I think like with subliminals is I think going the route of like ordering a custom subliminal, that could maybe help you as well. So you have like specific thoughts that are very catered to you, being put in the subliminals, like in the form of like affirmations and whatnot. So yeah, that could maybe help you. Yeah, so just let me know if you guys have any other questions. I think we have roughly about 20 minutes or so, so we are closing towards the end of I think the thing is IG sometimes doesn't let me record more than an hour, so that's kind of the issue, like with like my lives, is that it's always like an hour. For some reason, like for some people it can go longer than an hour, but it doesn't like let me record for an hour. So can you tell what is exactly the meaning of you are not your emotions, you are the observer within? Okay, that's something that I always tell. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm glad you asked this question, because if I were to ask you, who are you, right? You're not gonna. You may say your name, right? But the truth of the matter is that you're not, who you think you are, right? You're not the body, right? You're not your name. You're not the identity that you think you are, right? If I peel all of that away, like, who are you, right? And you may say your soul, for example, or you may say, like, okay, like, I don't know, right? So you are simply the awareness that's within, right? We call it the consciousness within, and this is what Neville refers to as your God within. We call it the unconditioned awareness, right? God in its truest nature, and everything on top of it, our name, like our body and all those kinds of things, are conditions that we put on it, right? In our truest form, in the I am state, right? In the I am form, we are like unconditioned, and we are formless and faceless. So that's simply our true state. So when I say you're not your emotions, right? Every time when you're having emotions, arises as a result of thoughts. Okay, so when you're having thoughts, you're not your thoughts, rather you are the one that observes it from within, right? So you can choose to disassociate yourself from those thoughts, right? That's causing you all those emotions, and you just let it pass by, right? Rather than like reacting and acting as though you are one with your emotions, basically, because you are not. So that's what I normally mean. Hi, best scene for getting married to an SP. Okay, I think like I've already like spoken about this in my Q&A, I believe. It's just a wedding scene. Like, I would say, like, because a wedding does imply that you are getting married to your SP. So for me, it's like a no-brainer there. And like, if you are, like, think about what kind of like rituals do you have in your culture, who will be there, what are they telling you, how happy you feel. Just soak it all in, just visualize it. If you can't visualize it, you can script it as well, and you can affirm for that as well. So yeah. What's the most common mistakes you see in people trying to manifest SP? Oh, it's a very simple one, honestly. Checking 3D. Like, that's it. Like, I make tons and tons of reels about it all the time. So it's literally checking 3D, if I'm being honest. I'm living in the end every day, and it feels good. Great, keep it up. Your desire is already yours, and it has to show up. The blue. Just curious, how successful have you been as a coach helping your clients? Most, like, here's the thing, like, okay, so my clients do get their desires one way or another, right? The thing is, like, they always like sometimes like clients will have like they will midways change their desires as well. So there's that factor of it as well. But I do check on them from time to time, and like like they are doing good, honestly. And here's the thing, like, the commitment period also varies. So if you're coming for like a quick consult, that's a whole different story as well. So yeah, it varies from person to person. How long they are like working with me to kind of like evaluate. I don't have an exact number, but I know that like all of them, I do check on them, and I do intend for them to be in a good place, and all of them are. So yeah. Examples of an SP's thoughts when we are manifesting marriage with them. Honestly, it can be anything, but whatever you assume that they are thinking, that's what they're going to think. So they are you pushed out, right? So think favorably and assume that that's what they are thinking about you when you're manifesting marriage with them. It's not like you are trying to pry open their mind and see what they are thinking. It's more about, because they are you pushed out, right? So they are going to think what you have been thinking. So if you want to know what they are thinking, like, literally just take a look at your thoughts on them and how you perceive them, and that's going to give you a very clear indication as to what they may be thinking at that moment. How to use the void state method, is it recommended? I think like going into the void state, again, it's going into the I am state, and then going into like the manifesting, like embodying the end state of mind, basically, right? So I would say like meditation would really help you there, to kind of get into the unconditioned awareness state, and then you embody the new state without any form of interference or whatsoever. Yeah, so that could really help you. Is it recommend it, I would say like it would definitely help you to kind of get rid of any limiting beliefs that you're having with your current state of mind. So that way it would be helpful for sure. So yeah, like I think that's a very good way to go about manifesting. So yeah. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Yeah. I naturally have several inner conversations with SP in regards to him being happy that I'm his wife. This comes up often without effort. Will these conversations be pushed out? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. So if you persist in that, if you're entertaining that version of him dominantly, that has to be pushed out. That has to be externalized for sure. So continue that. You're on the right track. Hi Mia, thank you for joining. I have a problem, a harassing neighbor. Just okay, I think what you can do with a harassing neighbor is just simply, if you can visualize them, have an inner conversation with them and tell them to stop whatever that they are doing, or tell them to move out and intend that they have done so and they have to. So yeah, simple as that, honestly. Yeah, and just maintain that consistently. Thought transmissions are real, so can their mindset affect you? Like if they are not having a good day, can that affect you? Here's the thing. I always try to use this for like unfavorable emotions that you may be experiencing, right? So if you're experiencing maybe say like anxiousness or something, I always say, well, it's not your anxiousness, it's your SP's anxiousness that you're feeling, and it kind of helps you to kind of disassociate from it. That said, no one else can affect you unless you allow them to do so, because you are the only one with free will in your reality, right? So always remember that, like you are the main player in your reality, right? So thought transmissions are real and you can feel your thoughts, like their thoughts maybe, but the thing is you are the only one with free will, so it can't affect you unless you think it will, basically. So set favorable roots for yourself and just go that way, and yeah, don't be concerned about this too much. He's a misogynist, please. Yeah, just imagine a favorable scenario where they have moved out and that's it, like and that you're having a very peaceful life, and that's what's going to help you. Hi guys, thank you for joining. One of my friends said that you can also manifest for other people. Yes, you can. She told me that like so many people manifest for their family. So what are your views on this? I think it's great that you can manifest for people. Neville did it like a lot, all the time actually. So basically imagining that person to be in a certain state and assuming that to be true until it comes into fact, basically until it comes into fruition. And yeah, you can definitely do that for your family. You can elevate everyone together as well. So I think that's a great way to go about it, and you'll really feel good as well for sure. So yeah, you can always imagine people, hold them in high regard, assume the best for them. And yeah, I think it's a great way to go about just helping the ones that you love, basically, because you may not be able to help them in the conventional sense in the 3D, but this is something that you can do and it costs you nothing, right? So I feel like this is a great way to go about it. If I'm having a bad day and can't affirm, does it affect the manifestation? Honestly, if you're having a bad day and you can't affirm, it doesn't affect your manifestation. Just ensure that your thoughts aren't like you're not spiraling so much that you can't think otherwise. Affirmations kind of keeps you in check. I always affirm, especially if I'm having an unfavorable day, because if I can't do anything else, I can just mindlessly repeat my affirmations, because affirmations are simply lines of thoughts that I'm telling myself over and over again. So I would say that's like the bare minimum that I can do. So I will definitely affirm. So if I can't affirm, I'll just like maybe listen to favorable things. Maybe I'll never lecture or something like that. But I would try my best to affirm. So yeah. I realize that money may be the topic that gives me a bit of anxiety. Is visualizing once at night before bed and not necessarily thinking about it during the day enough. Okay, so visualizing before bed is more of like, dealing with it on a subconscious level, right? And that's great, like it will help. But also I feel like addressing on a conscious level as to why, there is anxiety, and like confronting your demons, so to speak, that way also helps, and it has power. Because when a lot of people talk about like sleep tips and everything, they're talking about it on a just dealing it on a subconscious level, which is all great. But I like to take an approach where I'm handling both my conscious and my subconscious mind, and I try to address it like head on as well. Like go head on, ask yourself why you are feeling anxious when it comes to this, and get to the core reason of it that way. And that will just save you a lot of time and also remove the anxiety. So yeah, you're welcome. Can the circumstances don't matter topic simply imply with any topic? Yes, it means, like, when I say circumstances don't matter, it applies to everything. Like I always say, like, your circumstances aren't so unique that it falls out of this rule, right? Like, it doesn't, there's no such thing. When I say circumstances don't matter, it simply doesn't matter. So yeah. Okay, I think I have a private question as well. Are angel numbers real? Okay, here's the thing, right? I used to be crazy about angel numbers at one point. It's real if you think it's real, right? So this life is all about the meaning that you give behind things, right? So if you give it favorable meaning, then it means something favorable. So yeah, I think why not give synchronistic numbers a favorable meaning, and just get a kick out of life, right? So I would say, like, it's fine to believe in them for sure. You're not doing anything, but don't rely on them for confirmation. That's the main thing. Like, don't be dependent on something, don't use it as a crutch, right? Rather, all that you should rely on is yourself and like your imagination and your conviction. Basically, always rely on yourself, and yeah, just don't use it as a crutch. And as long as you don't, I think it's fine. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Okay, is it okay if sometimes my inner conversations are the sweet conversations that I had with SP before in the past? Absolutely fine, because you have to kind of like infer what the inner conversation is based on something that happened. Like, it always kind of relies somewhere in the past as well. If you're maybe sometimes you're relying to see how they sound like, sometimes you are just relying on those conversations just to see what kind of topics to talk about. So yeah, that's fine. You're welcome. Sorry guys, I'm a little out of breath. So that I can manifest. Yeah, so you can manifest that your friend is with your SP. Yes. Okay. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, thank you for all the support you guys are giving. Honestly, like, this wouldn't exist if it weren't for you guys. I don't think I've revealed it in a story yet, but for context, I just took a gap year from school to actually pursue coaching full time currently. So yeah, I do have more slots available that way as well. So yeah, this is something that I really enjoy doing, and I love this job. I love what I do, and a huge part of it is interacting with like a lovely crowd like you guys. So yeah, it really makes my job fun, honestly. SP has proposed to me before. Can I use this as my visualization, or does it have to be a new scene? Yeah, you can definitely use this as your visualization, as long as you don't have the thoughts that whatever went down that day. Like, as long as you don't have that in your mind, yeah, you can definitely use that for sure. You're welcome to. Yeah, thank you. Also, where are you guys from? I do see quite a bit of like people from like the States probably, but I think there are people from India as well. And I'm just like, oh wow, because I'm pretty sure it's like 8:30 there in the morning. So thanks for like joining the live at such an early hour. I really do appreciate the support there, guys. Is that a private question? Oh no, okay, sure. Yeah, so if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. I hope all of my answers are clear, and hope they make sense as well. If you guys, if anything's unclear, just let me know. I'll just answer it there. I'm scrolling through my chats right now at the moment to see if I missed out any questions. I don't think I did. Pretty sure I didn't. That's the thing with doing lives, is like you always can't look at the camera this way. It's always like I have to look here, and sometimes it's like really, yeah, it kind of breaks the immersion at times. But I just have to always quickly glance at the bottom as well. What's the best way to contact me? If it's regarding coaching, you can always DM me, or you can send me an email. My email is in the description as well, I believe. Or if you really want to ask me questions related to anything, I would say my FB group is the best way, because every post has to go through me or my admins. So I will know when there's a question, because if it's in the comments sometimes, especially if people commented on a earlier post, the thing with Instagram is that as the notifications pile up, the older ones just disappear. I have no way to access them, right? So if you ask me a question in my old post, say I posted it in January or something, I may not answer it, or not because I don't want to, but I may actually lose it. So I don't know which post you may have actually asked me the question in. So if you are looking for a way to contact me, I would say, if it's for coaching related, pricing plans and everything like that, just DM me. If it's for a genuine question you have, and if it's not for coaching, Facebook group, just join the Facebook group, and that's one way to interact with me. Just when you guys are entering the Facebook group, just remember there's 2 questions, and you just have to agree to the rules, right? So just your email and where did you find us, that's it. Those are very simple questions, and I ask for email just to verify if it's a legit person or a bot, just to ensure the authenticity of the group. Because the thing is, you never know what's the deal with Facebook profiles and whatnot, and I just want to ensure that the quality of the group is maintained, and that the person who's coming in has the best of intentions. So yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, you can contact me through email or Instagram if you are asking about coaching, basically. Yeah, hope that helps. Okay, I think that's yeah, because a lot of people tend to normally shoot me a DM on Insta mostly, but the thing is, okay, the way the Insta works is that sometimes it may not show me your messages at times, and a lot of times it doesn't. It actually lands in request, and now Instagram has this thing where there's this thing called hidden requests. So sometimes messages will slip me for hours at times, if I don't see it, because it's not even in request, basically it's in a hidden request category, it's a completely separate one. So it is a little tricky for me at times. So yeah, if you really want to be safe, just shoot me an email. That way I think I probably wouldn't miss your request or message in any way. So yeah. Okay guys, I just wanted to quickly ask you guys, YouTube wise, if you guys are looking at my YouTube content, what do you guys what kind of topics do you guys really look into? Which is it, just SP content that you guys are looking on my YouTube videos, or is it, do you enjoy other topics as well? Let me know, because I am looking into making different types of law of assumption content. So just want to get what people are into as well, into consideration. So yeah. How do you feel about signs repeating names or numbers? Okay, Sandy, I actually answered this question, but I think you weren't there earlier. So I said that it means what you make it mean. So give it a favorable meaning, but just don't use it as a crutch. That's the most important thing. And yeah, so it's very easy to get caught up in the trap of just focusing on the signs. So just give it a favorable meaning that your desires are already realized and that you are on the right step, and yeah, just keep going. let me know if you guys have any other questions. Okay, I think Insta is letting me record past the 1 hour mark, so yeah, I'll just stick around for a couple more minutes.